You're tuned in to Grown Folks Production. In the mix. With the commish, Nate.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Press Pass Live OMFL Media Days. I am panicking that this computer is going to fully melt, so we're just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to keep this thing going. Let me bring in my very first guest. I am super pumped. We got a bunch of them tonight. We got 6 of them. They're all going to talk to you, plus our guy Trey. He's here with me. You're not going to see him. My camera is acting up. I have no clue why. I don't have time to fix it. I know what it needs. I just didn't have time to fix it because we got started just a little late. But I'm going to be on like a little cam, and you won't even notice here in a second. So let me bring in our very first guest here. It is going to be your owner. It still feels weird to say this. I still am not comfortable with saying it, but it is your owner of the Los Angeles Chargers, Mr. Pepper. Pepper, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Nate?
I am pumped to get to have you here tonight. Let me go ahead and make sure. Oh, okay, there you are. I was like, I can see you. I know everybody else should be able to see you. Let's talk about the Chargers, man. You gave up your Giants, moved over to the Chargers, bringing that kind of high-powered offense mixed with your really great defense. Before we get to unplug and start to pick apart your team and talk about what you are thinking about Madden 24. Let's just talk about expectations. Looking at Madden 24, did you play the beta at all? What are you excited about for the new cycle?
I played very little of it. It came at a bad time for me as I was going on vacation. Really, I just kind of unplugged completely and enjoyed the break. But I'm excited to get back to playing again.
Yeah, I am too. I'm excited to start to I'm ready. It's like it's itching at me every single day. Well, let's talk about your team a little bit. What are the things that you're hoping to see from the Chargers in season 106?
Consistency. So last Madden, I'd have a good season, then I'd have a bad season. And a lot of that was because I just had some real life issues come up, but I'm hoping to be able to play every game this time around, but really consistency is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that from you, especially if life plays nice as we hope it does. What is the real expectations? What are the things that you think your team will really do in season 106?
Well, I think on the defensive side of the ball is where I kind of struggled. It's well documented. Once I gave up Khalil Mack to Trey, that my pass rush just wasn't there. So I'm looking forward to having Bosa and Mack on the edges again, and then just kind of being smart with the football on offense. But, I'm fully capable of winning the division and, going into the playoffs. But, I have those seasons where as soon as I lose a couple of games, it gets in my head, and then it's just a tailspin from there. So I got to not let it get to me as much.
Yeah, we talk about your team a lot. We've got to meet everybody in your division. It is there for the taking, and I've seen you play awesome, so I think it's right there for you to step in and take it. Who's the one player, Pepper, that you just can't wait to get your hands on?
Probably my import that I took a couple of drafts before we ended, Kalen Royal, middle linebacker. He's a 6'4", 245-pound linebacker with like 95 hit power. He also has like 77 zone coverage, so he's a perfect player for me to plug in the middle. That's the one player I'm looking forward to playing with.
Yeah, he sounds like a stud. Speaking about plugging him right there in the middle, what's the number one priority move? You log in day one, Madden 24. Is it a cut? Is it a signing? Is it a depth chart? Is it a trade you're hoping to pull off? What's the number one priority for you?
I think it's really going to be my cap situation because I've got 6 players making $30 million the first season. So I'm really going to have to figure that out. I tried to do it last Madden early, and I tried to do it on one season, and it just didn't work. So I'm going to try to keep the veteran players a little bit longer this time, but I'm not going to keep all of them.
Well, Pepper, I'm pulling for you. I can't wait to see. Trey, what do you got for our dude Pepper? Maybe, Trey? Trey, I'm going to give you like 10 seconds. I can't just have Pepper staring at me here.
Let's see if this thing stops glitching out on me here. All right.
Yeah, got you.
What's up, Barry?
Now, as you stated, you want to have Mac and Bosa around for longer. Do you feel you might have an option behind Mac as a
Currently, I don't think that player is on the roster to replace Mac. So you have to make a trade or draft a guy. So
the Chargers, I believe they went out and got a receiver in the second round.
Well, they got a receiver in the first round. It's another big body receiver. So I've already got two of those, and both of them are making $30 million this season. So he's going to be plugged in right away with, he may not start season 1, but he'll probably be starting season 2.
Gotcha. Chargers have been known in the past to have, elite tight ends with Hunter Henry and Antonio Gates. Do you look to try and find a tight end and make kind of your own statement with?
I do. I know they've got Gerald Everett, which he will be a good guy for a season or two. I did draft a guy last cycle, but I decided not to bring him with me. I need a defense a little bit more. But, tight end will probably be something I'll address early.
Now, obviously, Justin Herbert last year, you made a lot of moves based around trying to get that contract under the books. That contract's in the books this year. Do you see a way of keeping that offense high-powered as well as managing this ridiculous cap scenario that you've mentioned?
I do for the most part. I did let Keenan Allen walk after the first season last Madden, and I was able to replace him easily. But I also had Cortland Cunningham as an import, and due to the cap situation, there was no way I was going to be able to afford to bring him this time. So I am lacking a little speed on the offensive side of the ball, but they've got the receivers to move the chains, and that's all I really need.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Trey? You back, Trey?
Hello?
Hey, we can hear you now. No, he can't hear us for some reason.
There we go.
There you go.
Again. Yeah, it's cutting in and out on me. But yeah, that's all I got for you there, Mahal. I look forward to our matchup this season.
Looking forward to it.
Trey's got the best questions at these interviews and the most awkward transitions from person to person, but I appreciate him. Pepper, the longest current lasting serving, I don't know what word we should put on there, but OMFL member currently here right now, man. You and I have been together a very long time. PC League all the way back here to PS3, PS4, PS5. Man, we've been doing this a long time. I appreciate you, man. We're going to have some little light banter about our two college teams coming up here in just a couple weeks.
Oh, for sure. Go Noles.
I see that. I should have worn my LSU jersey. I didn't even think about it. Pepper, I appreciate you, man. I love you. Thank you so much for making time for us tonight. I can't wait to see what you do with the Chargers in Madden 24.
All right, thanks for everything you guys do. Appreciate it.
Hey, Pepper, here at Los Angeles Chargers. My guy's been with me a very, very long time, and he's currently the longest owner that we have here. All right, coming up next is one of my favorite humans in this league. We are blessed to have him. This is going to be, I think, his first cycle with us. I'm pretty sure this is going to be his first cycle with us. He did play in the Deuce a little bit, but he has been kind enough to come us here in the OMFL. Of course, I get to play him all the time in PUBG, and that is your owner of the Washington Commanders, Mr. Bird. Bird, go ahead and turn on your camera. Come back with us. It sounds like we're having a little audio issues. My computer has reached its absolute limits as we start Bird's feet there. There he is. There's the man. Mr. Bird, how you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good.
I'm right. Let's talk about Madden 24. What did you about the new site?
Just playing on the so I'm ready to get started.
I'm ready to get rolling too. Let's talk about your team a little bit. Man, you turned those Washington Commanders into a powerhouse. Of course, they've been set up a little bit well, but you just took a step right in there, got them rolling. What are the things that you need to see from the Commanders in season 106?
The biggest thing off the bat is to see if Sam Howell can be the quarterback for me or not.
Yeah, I'm sure Trey will take him off your hands. I know Trey was doing some stupid stuff with that guy early in Madden 23 before Madden killed our franchise. Things went haywire. Let's talk about what do you think the real expectations are. What do you think is going to be the real kind of opportunities for you when it comes to your in season 6?
I always think the playoffs. Realistically, I'm thinking about 8 wins with Sam Howell as quarterback and my weak offensive line right now.
I think you're better than the wins. Let's see what you do over there. Talk about your favorite. You talk about how a little bit. But as soon as you log in, you can't play finish. Can't hurt. Sorry. The stream can't hear him.
Well, he's not appearing for any of us. He's going to use those.
Or like coming through for me. Who's one guy, Bird? You can't wait to get your hands on.
I guess my tight end that I just drafted at the end of the cycle to make her to think about see how they.
I've been having a school of interviews here, and they're starting to the point, like a real NFL coach. Who that number one priority? What's that number one priority? Is it a depth chart, a cut, a signing? What's that number one priority as soon as you log in Madden 24?
Trading my receiver is Samuel. So please, yeah, I'm Samuel. Good luck.
I'll show you the like. Hey, you can't usually run the stream. Are you able to ask Bird questions before we make? Give one. I'll give one question.
You're a very inept skill during last semester. You look at the training doing this and helping you along the NFCs?
I hope so. It kind of knows, but I hope this Madden, my durability with the linebacker will help me.
Yeah, man, you're going to be fine, and I can't wait. You're going to get that team built up, and you're going to be competing right there with Team Money. Bird, I got nothing but great. Thank you so much for making time for me. I know the thing is terribly busy, cool, and thanks for making time, jumping on with us, and we'll see you in Battlefield here pretty soon.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate you, Nick.
David Bird of the Washington Commanders. I don't know why anybody else couldn't see him or hear him. That was weird because I could see him and hear him, and I know the stream could because I'm watching the audio over here. Let me bring in my next guy. You're going to see, I'm telling y'all right now, you're seeing my camera act stupid. It's not the stream, it's my camera. Something went haywire right as we started, and we were already 10 minutes late. I couldn't ask the guys to wait and let me do a restart, and that's the only thing that will fix it. But I'm just sitting here not moving a lot. So, yeah, don't let it bother you so much. We're not professionals. Everybody's making time, using their phones, and doing their best with this, so we're getting it to work out. My next guest, I got to be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect with this guy, and I was blown away by our first interview. And guess what? My computer completely melted down. It totally went away. I'm so glad that he made time for us today. Mr. Meek of the Seattle Seahawks. Meek, come back and join us. There he is. There's my dude. Let's talk about your Seahawks, man. What are you excited about for Madden 24?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm excited for them, the new game mechanics. I want to see everything that Madden, all the work that Madden has put in. Hopefully they haven't messed up the game. Hopefully they had to do this year.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, things go the way we need them to go. What are the real before we get to expectations, what are the things you need to see from your team in season 106?
I just want to see consistency as well, and also just I just need to see a team that look hungry. It's funny saying that from a video game team, but my team never seemed hungry to me. I need my team to want to make plays.
Yeah, I think you're going to be just fine. What are those expectations? What do you think you can do with those Seahawks in season 106?
I think through the draft we added a lot of great young pieces especially on our defense as well. I'm hoping to get that playoff berth for the first time. As I've scratched the surface plenty of times, and I haven't been able to make it yet.
Yeah, you've been right there though. You're gonna do it this Madden. I know you are because you have a really good defense, but a very high-powered offense. Well, let's talk about some of those players. Who's the one guy that you just cannot wait to log in and play with?
Yeah, my rookie quarterback, my import, Brad White. Yeah, he got the nod over Jeff George. Unfortunately, he's younger, faster. He has some better intangibles to me. So I can't wait to give him a try.
Yeah, he's going to be dangerous. George was also a really fun player. Let's talk about the number one priority. What's the number one thing? As soon as you log into the CFM, you're like, this is the first thing I got to do.
First thing I do is find protection for my quarterback. Sharpen up my offensive line. And also, I might want to look to – I have no reason for Geno. I might want to look to shop him, see if anybody is interested. I know people need quarterback.
look for him to be essentially the Richard Sherman of the defense?
Yes, I expect him to carry. I expect him to carry my defense with that speed in them hands. I feel like we should be seeing a lot of plays being made from him.
Now, you almost essentially got a mini Legion of Boom with Jamal Adams, Tariq Woolen, Quandre Diggs. Do you feel like you're one DB away from just having a lockdown core defense?
I mean, we drafted Witherspoon with our first round pick. I believe he was the best cornerback in the draft. And so honestly, I think we're gonna see what he can give us this season. See if he can come out with that rookie spark.
Now you're bringing over a rookie quarterback. You've got a good tight end, Noah Fant. You've got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Are you one running back away from having, essentially without counting the offensive line, one of the best offenses in the NFC?
Yeah, we have Kenneth Walker. He's gonna be great. And I like Zach Chabernat, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I honestly like him. I've seen I actually ended up having him in the end of the last season somehow, some way. But hopefully that he can provide some depth and just some good yards and some good hard tough yards for me.
Now you're going up against D Money twice a season. Do you look to think of that as a game that you have to win, or a game that you can learn from and take through the rest of your season to try and make the run for the playoffs?
At this point, I think I'm past the learning, and I need to start winning those games and making those games at least competitive. When I just get blown out the water, when I play one game and I play a good game and I still lose, but then the rest of the games, every season I get blown out the water, is very discouraging at times. So honestly, I want to come out and actually I want to win those games to prove something to myself, and I like to carry that chip on my shoulder.
All right. Well, I know we're meeting up in week 2, so let's see how that rookie quarterback tests out against the pass rush.
All right. I'll see you then, Dre. Thank you.
That's going to be a big-time matchup. Meek, honest truth, you got a brand-new fan in me, brother. Thank you for making time twice.
Thank you, Nate.
To come hang out with me, brother. We are a better league for having you here. I appreciate you, and I really cannot wait to see what you do with the Seahawks in Madden 24, man.
Thank you, Nate. It was great being here again anytime.
There you have it, my dude Meek of the Seattle Seahawks. Appreciate him making time for us, man. He is going to be a really fun time. Cannot wait to see what he does with Seattle. All right, next up is going to be a multi-time champion here in the OMFL and a team who won last Madden that I think 90% of the owners that have come through this league could have never won with. Your owner of the now Pittsburgh Steelers, Mr. Cincy, formerly of the Indianapolis Colts. Cincy, come join me, buddy. There he is. All decked out in his Bengals stuff. That's right, he's a Bengals fan, but we'll forgive him. Let's talk about Madden 24, Cincy. It seemed like you didn't really have any time the way your summer went out, but what are you most excited about moving into the new cycle?
I didn't have a lot of time to play, but I did play a little bit of the mini drills. So I'm excited to see they added more there. And then maybe a couple new commissioner tools for you to play around with. So I'm excited about that. And then just getting back with the guys, talking, chatting every day, just talking about anything, life, general stuff.
The new commissioner tools sound like fun, but it just sounds like more stuff for people to yell at me for not having put the way they think I should be putting it. Let's talk about Madden 24 when it comes to your team. Moving over to the Pittsburgh Steelers, did some flip-flopping around. You were in Atlanta. I was like, oh, crap, now I'm going to have to deal with a multi-time champion all the time. And then you flip-flopped again. You're over in Pittsburgh. What do you need to see from the Steelers when it comes to season 106?
Yeah, so when they were open for a little bit, I thought about putting a bid in for him, but then I thought, I'll stay with Atlanta, see how it goes. And then Maniac was bugging me, so I, bit the bullet and came over back to the AFC. But the thing I want to see for Pittsburgh is just consistency at quarterback. That's going to be the biggest thing, because I live and die by the quarterback. I need a certain quarterback, and I go out and get that quarterback. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think this guy's going to throw some dimes for you. I think you're going to be just fine. Let's talk about some expectations. That team's going to need some molding, some shaping to fit you. What are real expectations when it comes to your record in season 106?
It is. Because a big change is, so Pittsburgh's a 3-4 team. And I'm a big 4-3 guy, so I'm going to have to change him to 4-3, and that's going to be some growing pains at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to have some weak linebackers, probably some, 3-4 guys playing outside linebacker that shouldn't be. So I'm going to have some weakness there. But expectations, I mean, this is the goal, right?
Yep.
That's the goal.
So are you calling it season 106? You're going with the Pittsburgh Steelers and grabbing another one?
We'll grab another one, season 1, because we'll go off the next question you're going to ask is another bold question. So,
right. Well, what is that next one? What's the one guy you can't wait to get your hands on?
I can't wait to get my hands on George Pickens. That's my receiver. That's a guy that I want. That's the build. I don't need a 99 speed guy. Yeah. I want a guy like Pickens.
I mean, Mike Thomas can be had too for a low round draft pick, I'm sure. Well, let's talk about the number one priority. You log in. Is it a depth chart? Is it a cut? Is it a signing? Is it a trade that you're hoping to pull off? What's your number one priority?
Yeah. So there's. I'm gonna actually throw two things out there. Like I said. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to transition from a 3-4 to a 4-3. But the biggest thing is, the first thing I'm going to do is Pickett's gone. He's already gone. I've already made the trade. I just haven't put it through the system because Madden 24 hasn't happened, but Pickett's gone. I have a new quarterback.
Care to say who?
I can't yet. You'll find out in the early stages.
All right. Well, you said two. There's one. That's pretty big news.
Yeah. The other one, well, 1B was like the 3-4 to 4-3. That's what I got to figure out what I'm doing.
Well, Trey, he just dropped a bomb on us. What questions you got for our guy, Cincy?
And I'll have to watch the stream back to find it because he is also one of the guys that got blocked out for me. So I'll remove my one question.
All right, give us your one question.
You went with Desmond Ridder and Michael Thomas. Now you're going with essentially George Pickens and Kenny Pickett. Do you look to add another elite receiver to that mix, or do you think you can turn George Pickens into the next Michael Thomas?
I think I can turn George Pickens. He's young. I mean, he's low 20s. He was a rookie this year, so he's 1 year deep. I mean, he's got the build that I'm looking for, and he's got help around him. I mean, Deontay Johnson is a solid guy to help him, and then I got the veteran Allen Robinson to help him. So that's enough help for them. So I think I can turn Pickens into the guy that I want.
Trey, why don't you leave the room and come back and see if that helps fix your problem, especially for our last guy, Priest. Extra question for you, Cincy Berg. Are we going to get to see some content, some return of the content in Madden 24?
Oh, yeah. Hey! There he is. Trey's back.
All right, I think that problem.
Okay, well, give him a couple more questions after he answers mine, because the Lord knows I know you got a bunch.
Yes, give me the questions, Trey.
Well, answer the content
so-
first. Yeah.
Okay, content first. Yes, you will be seeing content. I'm not the best guy to have on camera because I do make blunders. Everyone knows that. I've had my issues, but I will be on camera. And, as long as Hurt is, healthy and ready to go, we'll do our show. We'll even throw Maniac in there too because he likes doing the content and down and distance. So, yeah, we're going to try and keep down and distance going every few weeks of the season.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Trey, what else you got for our guy, Cincy?
All right, now that I'm actually back here, you've got Minkin, Fitzpatrick, and TJ Watt to be essentially your core of your defense. Are you looking to make a move drastically to go fill a spot? And if that's so, what spot are you looking to fill first?
Honestly, on defense, that's the part I liked about the trade, like trading, going from Atlanta to Pittsburgh. Their defense is set. I mean, other than changing the scheme, they got a solid D line there. I like them. Linebackers I can work with, and the safeties I got Minka back there, solid. He's set for the cycle. Corners I'm bringing over an import. I got the rookie Joey Porter Jr. who's solid. He's gonna have like low 90s speed. He's a 6'3", and then I got the vet from LSU, Patrick Peterson. So I'll be set there at corner. So, I mean, honestly, I don't have to make a lot of moves on defense. It's just changing the scheme around. It's more trying to find my rhythm with offense.
Is Cameron Hayward a defensive end or defensive tackle for you?
He's going to be a D tackle for me. Yeah.
So with that, I assume you're going to a 4-3 defense?
Yeah, you might not have heard me earlier, but yeah, I'm going from 3-4 to 4-3, yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'll have they have a rookie from Wisconsin. He's another big D tackle. Benton, he was their first rounder. He'll be the other D tackle.
Nice. Now you went from having the elusive, agile Jonathan Taylor to now the big, bulky Najee Harris. Do you expect that to change up your offense a little bit, or do you feel you can still run the same way?
I think I can still run it the same way. I mean, he's got that. You hear from some other people, he's got that solid strength. I mean, he's got great catching for a running back. Not like I'm gonna use it a whole lot, but it's good to know, like for certain routes, for certain plays, like I can go to a running back. I don't have to dig to my like fourth stringer for a catch. But no, Najee's a third or three down back. Like he's great. I'll be able to use him. He's young still. I mean, he's probably low 20s. I think he's his second year in the league or third year.
Now, as the OMFL has had its history of tight ends, you guys now have a 6'7" tight end. Does that implement into your offense?
It can, yeah. Darnell Washington out of Georgia. We got a couple of Georgia fans in here. I think Colin's a Georgia fan. He's going to be slow. He's like a low 80s kind of speed guy, but we'll see what we can work with. He's doesn't have the best hands, but 6'7", 264. It's hard not to use the guy. Decent blocker. He'll be implemented in the offense. I mean, there'll be a few 2 tight end sets that we can figure out and work with them between him and Freiermuth.
I mean, if you're complaining about speed, I had Darnell Parham last year, slow too, and I made him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I honestly I can't think of his name right now, but the tight end I had in the last cycle, he was real slow. But when I drafted him, because he was a rookie in the last season, he was like low 80s, but he was 99 catching traffic right from the draft, so it was a steal. So I was like, I don't care how fast you are, as long as you catch the ball. Same with Michael Thomas. I don't care how you could be on a walker, as long as you catch the ball for me.
I look forward to watching how that AFC North plays out with you in it now.
Yeah, it's gonna be real tough. That's for sure.
All right, I look forward to it.
I feel like these two could talk all night long if I just let them go at it.
I'm excited. Honestly, I want to hear more about his trip when he went to the States, when he went to Pittsburgh and all that.
That's another day.
Yeah, on another computer, when this thing isn't melting down, it feels like it's starting to clean up a little bit. But usually when this thing starts going downhill, it's like it is not going to get any better. Cincy Berg, you've called out the AFC. We'll have to see if the AFC responds to you or not. I think you're going to be dangerous, though. You already have the base of a defense created for you. Interested to see who this quarterback is, because I feel like Pickett might have been pretty good for you, but you've got other plans, so I can't wait to see how it works out. Thank you for making time for us tonight. I really do appreciate you, and I can't wait to see what you do with those Pittsburgh Steelers.
No problem. I got two things to end on, though.
All right.
One, so week 1, I get D money, so that'll be a good test to figure out my 4-3. And then 2, for the Maniac question that you sometimes ask.
Yeah, I only didn't ask it tonight because the computer's full meltdown mode, and I know people are having idiots. But you can go for it. Go for it.
All right. Well, my goal is to just get at least one decent guy in the draft, and then I just get old people that fit my scheme.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. If it's youth, whatever, but as long as they fit what I'm trying to run here, the mold, I don't care what their age is. So
I do think with the new regression controls that we've been given, that we will see more guys go that route, the same route as you, and be willing to take veterans and be willing to hold on to players a bit more longer, because we have more finer tuned controls over when players will start to regress. So I think it's going to pay you big dividends.
Good.
Well, there you have it. Cincy, thank you. I appreciate you, man. A lot of love for you. I can't wait to see some of the new content. We need to get a pre-Madden launch show to give us some previews, some storylines, some thoughts as we get ready for Madden 24.
For sure. Look forward to it, buddy.
There you have it. Cincy Berg of the new Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll try not to mess that up. He's not the Bengals. He's not the Colts. He's now Pittsburgh. And I can't wait to see who this quarterback's going to be. Thank you again, Cincy, for making some time for us. One last guy left here to go. And this guy made me laugh as soon as I turned it on a while ago, because he was laying in bed. Turn your camera on. Your coach of the now Green Bay Packers, and almost a championship coach today, but fell just short. Mr. Priest, how you doing today, bud?
How's it going?
It's going good, man. Thank you. I know today's a tough day, but you know what? You had a great season. He's a real-life coach in multiple teams. In Summer League, fell just short of their championship game, but pick yourself up, man. You did a great job this year, and you should be proud of the work that your young people put in. Madden 24. I know coaching probably kept you from even touching it a whole lot, but what excites you the most about Madden 24?
I played the beta for a little bit before football started, but I like user at the end, and it seemed to be a little more, not easier, but more moves that you could put on the offensive line. So I think that's going to be cool.
Let's talk about some things you need to see from the Packers, man. The rebuild is upon us. You are now full thrown into it. What are things you need to see from the Packers in season 106?
Well, I don't know if I'm rebuilding. I think I got top 3 defense starting out of the gate. Offense, obviously, I don't know what's going to happen. I think I'm going to roll with either Clifford or Love, see what happens, and then probably try to get a quarterback.
Let's talk about those expectations. Top 3 defense, a division that is kind of up in the air. A lot of teams with the young pieces. What are real expectations for the Packers when it comes to your season record for season 106?
I think we should be competitive. Like, right out of the box by defense, I can just let them play and maybe run the ball more. That should be 500, maybe more, I'm hoping.
Who's the one guy that you can't wait to log in and start playing with on your team?
Hercules. Hercules for sure.
Why? What is it about him?
He's a beast. He's going to be one of the top defensive ends this year for OMFL.
He's going to be driving me nuts with that defensive end play, I can tell you already. Last one for me, and then we're going to turn it over to your guy, Trey. What is Oh wait, I just lost. It was like right there, and then all of a sudden I lost it as we got out here. What is the number one? That's it. What is the number one priority for your team? You log in. Is it a signing? Is it a depth chart? Is it a cut? Is it a trade? Maybe like Cincy already got one of those worked out. What's the number one priority for you?
Really, I'm not going to be doing too much the first season, so I really don't know how to answer that question. I'm going to stay with what I have for the first year, and then see what happens.
He's keeping it together, Trey. Trey, what do you got for our guy Priest?
Hello, buddy, old pal.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Now, am I hearing correctly that you're bringing Clancy along with you?
No, I was going to, but I decided not to bring in that linebacker.
Okay.
So wait, time out. So does that mean Clancy's not going to be in the Hall of Fame because you didn't submit him?
Yeah.
All right, I made one other exception. I'll make one more exception. You guys changing your minds on these Hall of Fame players are ruining what the Hall of Fame is supposed to be. So get me all of his stats. Get me all of his important information. Give me a DM. I'll get a special vote up. You won't get the super pretty graphic and all that, but at least we'll get him put in the Hall of Fame because I feel like he is a Hall of Fame worthy player. I don't want him just to disappear. All right, back to you, Trey.
Yeah, I almost took him, but I had to take Anderson.
Now, it's the first season that you're going in without your gunslinger. How do you feel that you'll be able to run your offense, not being able to completely throw the deep bomb?
We might have lost the gunslinger, but I got Musgrove and Kraft added to my offense, so I think that's going to open up a lot of double tight end action.
Nice. Good to know. Now, your defense is pretty built with, is it Clark?
I think the only weakness on the defense, because he's probably going to be Rainer Lowe, is going to be my strong safety. They might have to move somebody over there.
Gotcha. So you feel strong safety is the weak point. And are we finally going to see Priest put all 17 games together, or are we going to still have second half choking Priest?
Yeah, that seems to be me lately. I don't know. It's crazy. You do good in the first 8 to 10 games, and then everything sails downwards. I don't know.
Trey, be nice to our guy. You can't go for the jugular on the day that he loses the championship.
Yeah. 2 missed field goals cost me the game, too. That's the worst part.
Ugh, brutal. Hate when that happens. With the division almost staying the same, I think we're adding Lost?
Maniac, I think. Yeah, Maniac.
No, Maniac's coming to Atlanta. I think your division is staying the same.
Maniac was with the Vikings. He left. So
no, Maniac left a long time ago. You guys have had Deep. I think has been the Vikings for a couple seasons now.
Deep's going to be taking the Vikings this year.
Okay, whatever. What do I know? I just work here.
Where do you feel you stand within the division?
Like anything box? Third or fourth.
Ooh, the confidence is not there.
Well, no, man. I don't know how this offense is going to roll. I got to wait and see. I'll have the number one defense in my division.
We'll question that one. I look forward to playing our 2 games a season, hopefully 3 maybe.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Well, Priest, I'm pulling for you, buddy. I know today's a tough day. I get it. I really do understand. But, yeah, you still popped in here. I didn't think you were. I was like, nah, man, Priest is probably going to do shout. And I wouldn't blame him. I get it. I understand things are going on.
I almost was going to happen. I'm like, I got it.
You had the foot words. They're escaping me. You had the foot injury from your real world job, which still congratulations, man. You're doing it out there, living the dream, man. Got a food truck. You coached your team to the championship game. You fell just short. You should be really proud of that. I love you. You know that you're one of my favorite dudes here. I want to see your team winning in Madden 24. So let's get it together. Let's bandage up the wounds, move forward
I got
stronger.
2 weeks of freedom, and then I got my other team started up in September. So
well, there you have it. Well, Priest, I'm pulling for you. I can't wait to see what you do in Madden 24, buddy.
All right. Thanks for having me. Peace.
There you have it, Priest of the Green Bay Packers. He's our guy. I'm so glad that he made time to come and be here. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're almost an hour deep. I know the production of this show has not been awesome. We did our best. We went way beyond our limits. I promise I'm going to upgrade to the new computer, and then we'll be able to do all this with flawless opportunities. It will just work flawlessly, but I'm dealing with what I got. These guys, the reason we had such a big group tonight is there was a couple of friends who life just came out, and Priest, Pepper, Bird, I was begging those guys to give me a time, and so we made a special time for them again. Meek had to redo his, so almost every single one of them tonight was here for a very different reason. So we had a larger group, and my little computer, it did its very best. We got through it. So thank you guys for putting up with me. Thank you for putting up for the production. I know my camera's still jacked up. There's nothing I could have done about it. It is what it is. You guys don't beat me up. Be nice, because I'm going to beat myself up. It's going to drive me nuts that tonight was not as flawless as I was hoping. Trey, put a bow on tonight. A lot of guests. I did learn, though, maybe I shouldn't let you interview your division rivals that you guys bump heads. Maybe I should not let you have questions for them. Beating our guy up on his championship game lost night.
I mean, it's Priest. We've had the ongoing rivalry going. Yeah, I had to get one shot in.
Give me some closing thoughts. Tonight was a good night. We learned a lot about a lot of teams.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to go watch back and hear what Bird had to say. So, other than that, and learn that, Pepper's pretty confident. He just needs to get the consistency on himself. From what I got from the Cincy portion, he's confident that he's going to make the run and probably be the number one team in the North. Priest's he's not confident in himself with the new quarterback and offense, but it sounds like he's pretty confident that his defense will be able to keep him in games and give him a chance to win.
Trust me, when you go back to watch Bird, it'll take like a minute because the guy had one sentence answers. Him and Kevin went to the school of interviews over there. Guys, thank you again. I'm going to call it a night. We're almost an hour deep. Thank you, Trey, for bringing some of the greatest questions that we've had during this. I'm sorry for the production. I'm sorry for the camera being stupid right now.